Greetings and salutations, my beautiful friends. My name is Samantha, and today we're going to be doing another book haul. Y'all know I love book hauls on this channel. Ugh, I have a really bad problem of buying too many books. The great thing is we share this problem, you know, we're in it together, because I posted on my Instagram on what video I should film, and a lot of you guys wanted to see a book haul. So I know you guys also have a book buying addiction as well. So we'll work through this together. So this is kind of like a road trip book haul because recently me and my family went on a little road trip. I'm going to preface this by saying we did practice social distancing. We wore masks, we stayed together, and really it wasn't a vacation like you would think. It was more so us kind of just going out and enjoying nature. We were surrounded by forests and plains and rivers, and you really couldn't get more social distancing than what we did. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some pictures and maybe a little video of the vacation because it was a really beautiful place to be with my family. Kind of just wanted to get out the house, allow the kids to have like a mini vacation, but still staying in social distancing. So I did want to preface that we were being safe because we are still in the middle of a pandemic, you guys. Since we were going different areas, I thought it would be really fun to go to different bookstores. I found so many bookstores. So many. Some of them were closed or their hours were not really conducive for our vacation, so I only bought from a few bookstores, and I will talk about them. I'm going to leave the addresses of all these bookstores down below because they were all amazing. The people were so wonderful, so if you're in that area, hopefully you guys can support them in any way that you can. So before I get into the book haul, I thought it would be really fun to start my videos with showing you guys what book I'm currently reading. So the book I am currently reading is Beach Read by Emily Henry. It's about two authors who decide to switch genres for the summer. Our main character, Gus, writes literary fiction, and then our heroine, January, writes romance. So they decide to switch and write each other's genres. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm halfway through the book right now, and I know a lot of people love this book, and I can definitely see why. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are currently reading, and yeah, let's get started with the video. Okay, so the very first bookstore that we stopped at was on our way to Zion National Park. There was a little town in Virgin, Utah, and it had a small bookstore. I believe the title of the bookstore is Virgin Goods. I will leave the address down below, and I'll put a little video of what the bookstore looked like inside. Really, this was kind of a touristy spot where you could buy gems, rocks, books. It was a mosh posh of everything. They had a lot of like literary fiction, science fiction, that type of thing. So I only got 2 books from this store, and I'm really happy I got these books. The first one I got is Emma by Jane Austen, and it has deckled edges, which you guys know I love a book with deckled edges. I think it just adds so much character to a book. One of my goals for 2020 was to read more classics. Unfortunately, I haven't really done that. Hopefully in buying these books, it kind of inspires me to read more classics. So I got another Jane Austen book. This is Pride and Prejudice. I actually do have Pride and Prejudice already, but I just thought these editions were so stunning, and they had deckled edges, so I was like such a sucker for it. The next stop that we had was in Hurricane, Utah, and I stopped at the bookstore called Arbor. I loved this bookstore. As soon as I walked in there, I knew I was gonna find some amazing books because it was just stacks and stacks and stacks of historical romance. It was absolutely glorious. I stayed in that bookstore a little too long. Another funny story is that when I look for historical romance in stores, I specifically look for books with step backs. Those are my favorite things ever. You guys know this. I always talk about step backs in historical romance, and my dad didn't know what that was, so I was kind of like showing him what a step back was. And I opened one of the step backs, and he was like, "That guy is naked. Why is he naked?" And his eyes got all big, and I'm like, "Yep, that's romance for you." So I thought that was really funny. Anyways, I found so many good books in that bookstore. It was kind of hard to just pick a few. It was a little bit expensive, but I kind of understood why, just because it was in a very niche area. So I'm going to go through some of the books that I bought there. I think I bought the most books in this store. As you guys know, Lisa Kleypas is one of my favorite authors of all time. I'm itching to collect all of her books and all of her editions, so I picked up 4 Lisa Kleypas books. So the first one I picked up is Stranger in My Arms with the nice pink cover. Next is an absolute classic, and this one is Only with Your Love, and it looks like that. And it was super inexpensive too. I think I bought it for like $3 at this store, so Score. Next is Then Came You, and it looks like that. And then lastly, I got Marrying Winterborn, which is part of the Ravenel series. I do have this book, I just have it in hardcover, so I was really happy to find it in mass market paperback. And then here is the step back for this one. A lot of you guys, when I talk about Lisa Kleypas on Instagram, you guys say that this one is one of your favorites by her. So I haven't read any from the Ravenel series, so I'm really happy to have that so I can hopefully finish the series. The next book that I picked up is a Tessa Dare. This is the Duchess deal, and oh, there's a bookmark in here. I didn't realize that she kind of threw a bookmark in here. Here is the step back for this one. And this one is in really good condition, like there's no cracks in the spine. It looks absolutely brand new, so I'm really excited to have this one. And I love that this store didn't have stickers on their books. The bookstore that's near my house always puts stickers on the front covers of their books, and it ruins the books sometimes. It'll rip off the cover, so really happy that this store didn't do that. The next book I picked up is 9 Rules to Break When Romancing Rake by Sarah McLean. This is part of her Love by Numbers series. I have read this book. I've read the entire series, but I listened to it on audiobook, so I'm really happy to have it in a physical form. This book follows our main character, Lady Calpurnia, and she is nearing spinsterhood and is kind of tired of always being like that perfect young lady. So she creates a list of 9 things that she wants to do that society only allows gentlemen to do, like go to a bar or go to a duel, things like that, that is not proper for a lady to do in this time. And she sort of goes through and checks off each list, and our hero helps her with the list. I love them together. I love their banter. This is such a good book if you are looking to read a series by Sarah McLean. I know that a lot of people love her Bare Knuckled Bastard series, but this one is my favorite. I got 2 books by Karen Rainey. The first one is To Love a Scottish Lord. This one has a fake step back, but it's okay. It redeemed itself because I had the step back on the back. And then I also got The Lass Wore Black. Looks like that. I forgot I got this one, to be honest. I'm like looking at it and I don't even remember picking this one up, but it has a really pretty step back. That's probably why I grabbed it. So you guys know I have a ton of Sabrina Jeffrey books, so whenever I see a Sabrina Jeffries that I don't have, I always pick it up. The first one is The Pirate Lord, which I didn't even know she had a pirate novel, so I'm super stoked to read this one. Jessica from Peace Love Books just did a video reading a bunch of pirate romances, and now like that's what I want to read. I'm gonna link that video down below because it was wonderful. But I'm really excited to have that one. And then I also have Dance of Seduction, which is a really pretty green cover, and that has the step back on the back. Moving on, I got 2 Cressley Cole books. The first one is Pleasure of a Dark Prince, and the second one is Dreams of a Dark Warrior. They're both part of a series. I don't know which number they are. I kind of just picked them up because I know that a lot of you guys have said Cressley Cole is an amazing paranormal author. I used to read a lot of vampires, werewolf, paranormal books in high school and in junior high, and I kind of stopped, so I really want to get back into it, so that's why I picked these 2 up. The next 2 books I picked up is kind of silly. I've never heard of this author before, but she has my initials. Her name is Samantha James, and obviously the first name is the same, and my last name also starts with a J, so I was like, oh my goodness, I need to have it. The first one is One Moonlight Night. That's what that step back looks like. And then, oh my god, I didn't even realize it. How silly of me. I got the same book. These are both One Moonlight Night, but they're different covers. So this one's red with a step back, and then this one's blue. I can't believe I did that. I literally just grabbed it because it had my name. So silly. Oh my gosh, how funny. It's okay. I like both covers, so thankfully. See, that's what happens with historic romance. Sometimes you buy the same book. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I have a serious problem. Alright, the next one is by Laureen Heath. This is Texas Glory. Laureen Heath is one of those authors that I want to do an author binge for because I've heard nothing but great things about her book, and I haven't read a ton of westerns, so I was happy to find this one. This one I picked up strictly because of the cover. This is Cheyenne Sunrise, and just, I mean, what a classic cover. You can't get more gorgeous than that. Oh, I actually think this is a bind up of 2 books. It has Wild Love and Savage Beauty. So yeah, it's a bind up of 2 stories, 2 zebra historical romances, which is really cool. So yeah, very happy to have that. I got a few Kathleen Widowis books. I'm going to be doing an author binge for her as well, so I wanted to collect some of her books. The first one I got is Come Love a Stranger. Looks like this. Her books are chunky. Like, how many pages is this? 501 pages. So yes, I haven't read any Kathleen Woodiwiss books yet. I know some of her books are controversial, so that kind of concerns me, but hopefully this one is a good one. The next one is The Wolf and the Dove, and I do have this book, but I had to grab this one because it has red pages, like so pretty. I saw Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers haul this book, and ever since she hauled it, I've been on the lookout for it. So when I saw it at the bookstore, I was super stoked. I nearly screamed. So I mean, it's just so pretty. That one I know is for sure controversial. It has a little bit of blurred consent, which you guys know I'm not for. I'm super against that. I don't enjoy that. So I don't know how I'm going to like that book. Next Kathleen Woodiwiss book is A Season Beyond a Kiss. We have Rose in Winter. Oh my goodness, the font on this book is so tiny. And this is another long book. This one is almost 600 pages. Yikes. 565 pages. Okay, her books are chunky. And then the last book that I got from that bookstore is The Hellion and the Highlander by Lindsay Sands. Those are all the books that I got from that bookstore. I did go to another bookstore. It was called ALT Books and Records in Sedona, Arizona. This bookstore was really mainly a lot of records, a lot of classic literature. They had a ton of books by Indigenous authors, so it was really nice to see that. I only got one book from that store because it was a little expensive, and I have no idea where I put the book. I'm so sad. It was this beautiful classic edition of Tarzan, and the pages were red. I don't know where I put that book when I was unpacking. I need to find it, but I still wanted to kind of shout out that bookstore. If you're into like old style records, they had a ton, and that I think you guys might really enjoy if you're in the area. That was like my little road trip book haul. I do have some more books that I purchased recently from Thrift Books, and I also won a giveaway on Instagram, so I'm going to quickly show you guys those books if you're interested. It's more historical romance, and yeah, we're just going to keep going and I'll show you what I have. Okay, so next up I'm going to show you some of the books that I got off Thrift Books. I purchased some more Beverly Jenkins books because I'm just crushing on them so hard right now. Her writing is just amazing. So I'm going to quickly go through these. The first one I got is Before the Dawn. I was so proud because this one had a sticker on it. It was a library edition, and I was able to get the sticker off without ruining the book. So I was so proud. Next one is Always and Forever, which is such a classic cover. Oh my god, so beautiful. Is Tempest, which I believe is the third book in her Old West series. I read the first book, Forbidden, and fell in love with it, so I'm really excited to read this one. Also got Midnight, and I was also able to get the sticker off without ruining the book. And then the pride and joy of my collection now is this edition of Night Song. It's a hardcover. How freaking gorgeous. I purchased this completely on accident. I thought I was purchasing the mass market paperback on Thrift Books, and then this came in and I squealed. It was only like $3 or $4, so such an amazing find, and I'm just going to treasure this forever. This is gonna have like a prime time spot on my bookshelves, front and center, because it's so beautiful. Okay, so I actually ended up winning a giveaway on Instagram. I was so happy that I won this giveaway. It was a bunch of Johanna Lindsay books that she sent me. These covers are so pretty. I'm going to link her Instagram down below. I'm going to quickly go through these Johanna Lindsay's really fast. I don't know the plot for a lot of these, so I'm just going to show you guys the beautiful covers real quick, okay? This book is Until Forever, and this one is stunning. It has a classic step back. Like, look at that. Get into it. Next, we have Gentle Rogue. I have read this book, but I have a different cover. I have the boring cover of this book, and if you guys watched that video that I was talking about, this was my favorite Johanna Lindsay that I read, so I'm super happy to have this cover. Next is Warrior's Woman, which I believe is one of her time travel romances. We have Hearts of Thunder, which this cover just makes me swoon. I love it so much. Next one is Defy Not the Heart. We have Surrender My Love. This one does have a step back. Looks like that. And these are in such good condition. She was such a gem to send these over. This one is Savage Thunder, which is this a Western? Yeah, I think this is a Western novel, so there's that. We have You Belong to Me, which is such a classic because look at this cover. Get into it. This is one of my favorite stepbacks of all time because I love the Voyager horse that is just like living their life in the background. Get into it. We have Keeper of the Heart, another amazing stepback. I think this is another sci-fi novel, if I'm not mistaken. Is this a sci-fi novel? It kind of looks like it. I don't know. The step back kind of looks like it, but I don't think it is. I don't know. We have Brave the Wild. We have When Love Awaits. We have Tender is the Storm, which, I mean, get into that cover. Like, come on now. This is such a classic Johanna Lindsey. And it was funny because when I shared this on Instagram, Jessica from Piece of Books was saying how she has this, but they put a sticker right here to like cover him a little bit more. So I thought that was so funny that they were censoring the cover. Okay, we just have a few more. Next up is Silver Angel. We also have Glorious Angel. Next is a Gentle Feuding. I do have this book, but I had a different cover. Hearts of Flame. This is another one that I have read. I didn't love it too much because it's a Viking romance that has blurred consent. You guys know I have a real problem when there's dubious consent in a book, especially when it comes to our heroine and our main character hero. So I feel like I can do a whole video on this topic because a lot of people brush that topic under the cover and sort of say like it's okay because it's an older historical romance and that's just kind of what happened. I wholeheartedly disagree and I'm so sorry, but I don't know. I feel like I could do a whole topic on that. Next is Fires of Winter, which is the first book in this series. I think there's 3 books in this series. It's a Viking romance. And then lastly, we have A Heart So Wild, which I didn't even know this cover existed. So when this came in the package, I was so excited. Okay, I feel like that was kind of a lengthy video because I just had a lot of books. I kind of wanted to chat with you guys. I had a really fun vacation and I was really happy to show you guys these bookstores. If you live in those areas, please support those bookstores because they are amazing. Sorry that was such a chatty video. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me and I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!